Hello and welcome to my channel Streets MBA. My name is Adeolu Timothy, and this channel is where we talk about common sense to be more productive in business, for personal living. We try to check certain principles that have worked for people before and see the things we can learn from them, how we can improve them, how we can apply that to our personal lives. So if this is your first time here, click on the subscribe button and the notification icon so that you get notified each time I release a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about something quite interesting. There's this fuse about having multiple sources of income, but there has always been this challenge of you have to work for years, gather money, save money before you can now start to invest and have multiple streams of income. So today I want to talk about how can you have multiple sources of income? How can you start from zero? And like always, I like saying that the channel is more for people who are broke because I think I still fall in that category for now. So how can you start having multiple sources of income from zero? There are certain questions we must ask ourselves, very important questions we must always ask ourselves every day, every week perhaps, depending on how often you do this personal evaluation. And let me say at this juncture that we must do away with the mindset of instant gratification. Things take time to grow. That is, even nature, even everything, when you plant a seed, it takes time to grow, it takes time to germinate. Your hair takes time to grow. You don't look in the mirror and see the strands of your hair coming up. You just stay in the mirror one day and you realize your hair is bushy. So you must understand that things take time. So we must be able to, we must be ready to commit the time taken to grow through the process. And of course, it takes hard work as well. So today I'm going to be talking about 5 things you must consider, 5 questions you must ask yourself in order to be able to start having multiple sources of income from scratch. The number one question you must ask yourself is, how do I currently make money? And I like using an analogy of an A4 sheet of paper, a piece of paper. I use it a lot to do self-evaluation. Get a piece of paper and try to take your time to ask yourself, write it down. Number one question is, how do I currently make money? You work a job that pays you salary, write it down. You have a side hustle that pays you, write it down. You have a partial investment, a mini investment you're doing, write it down. How do I currently make money? It makes the reality hit us. So you want to identify every channel that brings money into your purse currently. So when you are able to identify that, now goes to the next question of, how often do I make money through these channels? Because all of this you want to ensure is what we call cash flow. You want to ensure that money is running, money is coming in as money is going out, because you cannot shy away from the reality that money will always go out. You must always spend. So as much as it is guaranteed that you will spend, you must also ensure a guarantee that you will make money. All right. So you ask and answer the question of, how do I currently make money? How often do I make money from this channel? So if you work a salary job, you make money monthly. If you have a business, how often do you get customers? And like I said in one of my videos, Money Sense for Broke People, that one of the things you must be able to do is have a plan to make money at different time intervals. Have a plan to make money weekly. Have a plan to make money every month. Have a plan to make money every quarter. at the end of every year. Then of course randomly. And so you must be able to ask yourself, how often do I make money? Very important. Then the third question you would want to ask yourself is, each of these channels that brings me money, how big is the money that comes from them? And of course, maybe I should just chip this in that some of us, there's always this confusion between your passion and your career. See, one of the things I have realized is you must understand where your passion lies and understand where your career lies. It is not everybody that is lucky to have both their passion and their career in the same line. So if your passion is not going to bring in money to pay bills, you would have to pen that passion for a while. Look for what will bring you money. When you have enough money, you can decide to now go after your passion and build it because you have a source of fund. All right. So you want to ask yourself, how big is the money that comes from this channel? Because if you are not able to identify every of these variables, you won't be able to plan accurately. And I think I once talked about having a financial plan of spending 50% of whatever you earn on your spending on your wants, then spending 20%. You must always save 20%. So when you're able to identify the channels through which you currently make money and how big those money are, you'll be able to make a plan. Then another thing you must ask yourself is this: what do I currently spend money on? Keep track of your expenses. Do daily bookkeeping. I cannot overemphasize this. Keep track of your money. That is when you'll be able to calculate your burn rate. Your burn rate is how long can you survive before you totally crash. All right. So you've asked yourself, how do I currently make money? You've asked yourself, through which channel do I make money? How big do I make money from these channels? Then you want to ask yourself, what do I spend money on? If you identify the things you spend money on, you'll be able to track the ones that are important and able to track the ones that are not wise decisions when it comes to spending your money. And that will give you control over your finances. It will give you control over the things you spend money on. You'll be able to tailor down. And like I once said, that yes, have a budget, be merciful to people, give money to people, but you must ensure you have a merciful budget, a budget that you don't exceed what you have planned, what you have budgeted for. Because if you do not save, there won't be a way for you to have something to invest. And that will lead me to the last question of, what should I stop spending money on? If you have been able to keep track of what you spend your money on, it will lead you to a point of understanding and being able to identify the things you must stop spending your money on. Stop spending on things that don't have long-term value. Stop buying things to impress people. You will get to a point where you'll be able to indulge your wants. Help people, but have a budget. One of the reality you must be able to face, one of the questions you must ask yourself is, what if I'm no longer alive? What if I am not even available? Will these people find alternative? It might be sounding harsh, but that is the truth. It is the reality. So you must ask yourself those questions. You must be able to be disciplined enough to do those things. So how do I currently make money? How often do I make money? From which channel am I making money? How big is the money coming from these channels? What do I currently spend on? What should I stop spending on? If you are able to identify these things, then it will help you to have better financial plans. It will help you to make plans and you realize you are more disciplined, because every penny that you make, every penny that you spend, you start to account for them. The fact that you keep having cash flow does not mean you are doing fine financially. It does not mean you are doing okay. You might be having cash flow, you might be having cash on your hand and might be in serious debt. All right. So every of those variables matter. They are very important. After you've been able to do that, then you can now start to identify, you start to save. After you've been able to track your, so you start to save, then investment opportunities will come. There are so many investment instruments. which I think I did justice to that in the other video. There are so many investment opportunities, but you must be able to save, to raise capital, to invest. So, and all of these things, you don't just fold your hands and wish they happen. You have to work for them to make them happen. That is the truth you must face. The street is hard, and as such, you must be ready to put in every necessary thing, every necessary work that it takes to achieve those results. At times, we tend to wait for a handout from people. Somebody promised me this money, somebody promised me that. Some of the ways to convince people to actually, those so-called people that promised you money, perhaps to fund your ideas, some of the ways to prove to them that you're serious, that you know what you're doing, is if you show them your financial records, your personal financial records. How have you been making money? What have you been spending your money on? It gives them that confidence that whatever fund they give to you, you're not going to make a mess of it. And most times, I think I talked about a business idea for broke people in my other video as well. There are so many ideas. You don't need a novel idea. You don't need big capital to start certain things. Start small. Imagine if you started saving 5 years ago. Imagine if you started doing little investment 5 years ago. How much that would have grown. So the best time to start is now. If you wait for a perfect moment in business, you are already late. That's one of the rules. If you are waiting for the best time, then the truth is you are already late. I hope you enjoyed my video today. I hope you enjoyed my content today. Thank you for coming around. If you have not subscribed, do press the subscribe button and the notification icon. I would love to have you around again. This is Street MBA. See you some other time. Thank you.